Welcome to Rolled Kits. This video is going to walk you through the starting, the middle, and the finishing of your rolled kit. So follow along. A couple suggestions before we start is to purchase a piece of foam core and a roll of frog tape. Both of these items come in handy when you're working on a canvas of this type. My suggestion is to tape your canvas to a piece of foam core for the duration of your project. Just to go over a couple of basics here, you guys, when you open your kit, you should have a full set of instructions. The instructions are going to come with an extra QR code in case you lose this video. And you're gonna get a little thank you card, the paint brushes, and everything you're gonna need. So go ahead and unroll your canvas. And I wanna just talk us through a couple pieces of information about the canvas. As you can see here, there's a total of 4 holes on your canvas. This is where the hardware attaches for your bars. You will also notice that there's a 1/2-inch border around the entire drawn image. That 1/2-inch border is where you're gonna put your tape if you're taping it to a surface. The border portion with the holes is gonna be completely covered with your stretcher bars, so you won't see that. The other 2 sides we're gonna trim, and I'm gonna walk you through that during this video. So as you lay out your canvas face up on your foam core, you're going to take 2 small pieces of frog tape. Make sure that you're attaching this frog tape to your canvas and not to the foam core quite yet. We're going to kind of use this to hold the canvas taut. I'm attaching one corner nice and tight. Spinning it around, I'm going to use a little bit of tension. A little bit. We don't need to use all of our muscles here. This is just to kind of keep the canvas from wrinkling and moving around. As liquid dries, it's gonna pull in different ways, and so we're just gonna give it a really good path to stay flat. We'll do this on all 4 corners. Now that the corners are done, we're gonna work our way around the canvas, covering that 1/2-inch border all the way around. I like to keep the tape pretty taut here. I'm gonna use the flat and meatiest part of my hands to smooth the canvas away from the tape as I work. My goal here is to just keep the canvas flat. I also know it's fabric, it's not gonna be perfect, it's a handmade product, but we're gonna try anyways. Using our hands to just keep it smooth. As you can see, I'm kind of pushing, keeping a little tension. And once it's finished, this is when you can start to paint. My suggestion for paint is to give the entire painting 1 coat of color before moving on. So generally, when I paint a painting, I do 2 to 3 coats of paint, usually just 2 on every color section. This time, my suggestion is to do a single coat in every single section before you go back to your second coat. I'm gonna show you a little sneak peek. It feels a little weird because it doesn't look very good with just 1 coat. I'll show you in the next couple seconds here. Just trust the process. Give it a 1 coat and then go back in for your second. So here's that 1 coat coverage. Followed it up with a second coat, and then I let it dry for a full 24 hours before I went back and peeled off the tape. I let it dry for 24 hours because it would really, really suck at this point in the process to put your hand or your arm onto a fully finished painting and to just really smudge it up. You can go around now and carefully peel off the tape around all of the sides, revealing that little 1/2-inch border that we covered with the tape initially. Now you can see that there's 2 different sides to this. The top and bottom have the holes, and this is where the hardware attaches. So please double check which borders you're cutting off. If you cut off the borders with the holes, it's gonna make it really, really hard for you to attach your canvas to the bars. So this is a vertical kit. I'm gonna cut off these side pieces. I'm using scissors. If you have a rotary cutter at home, a rotary cutter is great, not necessary. So I'm just gonna cut those sides off. It's gonna leave a really nice crisp and clean edge. If there's mistakes, you should have plenty of paint left to do some touch-ups here. So the oak bars were sent to you guys with the hardware in them. There is a front side and a back side. The back side has the flat head for the screw, and the front side has the smooth and clean surface. So start by identifying the front and back, and place the hardware in the front, and then set it face down on your table with the hardware sticking up. This is the top piece, so I flipped over my painting and set the canvas into the holes. I put the back on, which the back of the top has the D-rings. Screw in the screws, and you are good to go. The screws are hand tightening only. You do not need to use your muscles or tools. It should be just fine with your hands. And you're gonna do the same process with the bottom. Inside your kit is a small baggie of leather cord. I didn't attach it because everybody has a different preference on how high they want it. I just tied it with simple regular knots, trimmed off any tail excess, and it is good to go. Thank you so much for purchasing a rolled kit. This was such a labor of love. I'm so excited that you have it. I cannot wait to see what you guys have created. And please watch the video again if you're feeling a little confused, and don't hesitate to reach out to me by my email, by my direct messages, or here on my website. Thanks.